Guys, it's Benjamin Davis here. Welcome to today's video. Today we'll be looking and discussing 10 tips to grow your business. So these are things that certainly has worked for me with me and my clients in the past, and things that I highly recommend that as a business owner, whether you're selling e-commerce products or whether you're selling services or any sort of products, having this in place will really help you grow your sales. So as that being said, I'll jump straight into the video, but before we do that, please subscribe to the channel for future videos and we'll dive right in. So we're going to jump straight in. 10 tips to grow your business. Tip number 1, and this is something that a lot of businesses I see, and the bigger they get and the more revenue they do, they sometimes lose sight on this, but it's the most important factor. Focus on your customer. So find out what the pain points are that they have and how you can solve them. So if you're putting yourself in their shoes, you really will get an understanding, whether it's products or services, on how your product and service or service can benefit them and help them. And doing this and brainstorming ideas will really help you get in the mindset of how you can market to them. Tip 2, map out your customer journey and workflow. We see a lot of businesses in Robin Digital, once they sell a customer a specific product or service, they don't do anything with it. So they don't have a follow-up process, or they don't offer the customer any additional products or services to go inside it. This really does and can have a massive impact on the average order value of the customer, but also the lifetime value of the customer. So just basically make sure that you make the most of the lead and the customer by helping you identify how to increase the average order value. Tip 3, be consistent with your messaging and marketing. So by being consistent and by having a specific marketing and messaging strategy, you'll know exactly who your customer is and who you want to target that best suits the product and service that you're wanting to offer to your customer. So by being consistent, you'll ensure you're attracting the right types of customers for your business. You don't want to be attracting customers, especially if you're spending money on marketing, the wrong types of customers, because that's going to have an impact on your marketing budget and you'll have a high churn rate. Tip 4, you need to manage leads effectively. So companies that we often speak to and that we deal with, this is the biggest mistake that we see with a lot of businesses. If your leads are going through to a specific salesperson or salesman, these can get cherry picked, and if they don't convert quickly, they're often forgotten about and they're not put into a long-term nurture sequence. So you're having customers come through. Not all the customers are going to be ready to buy then and there. That's not to say that they won't come into fruition down the line. And if you're paying for the leads when you're acquiring them, then you really do need to have a system in place that can nurture them by having consistent communication with them. Tip 5, focus on providing value and not going in for the hard sell in your marketing or messaging. So you'll gain more trust and respect by doing this, and the sales will follow automatically. A lot of companies are really pushing the hard sell, when if they're creating value-based content on how they can help their customers, and by providing value, then the sales will automatically follow. You're going to be building up more credibility, and fundamentally you're going to be gaining more respect from your customers, which will transition into more sales. But not only that, you'll have more fans of your product or service, which you can then leverage for referrals down the line. Tip 6, look at your customer database and work out what percentage have lapsed and are not currently active. So to give you an example, a company that we've worked with before has a database of around 8,000 customers. Only 3,000 of those customers are active. So you've got a difference there of 5,000 customers, for instance, that aren't doing anything. They're not being marketed to, they're not being contacted, they're not doing anything with. And if you can convert even a small percentage of those customers, depending on the average value of your product, this can often lead to a massive quick win for your business and generate revenue very quickly, because they have already heard of your business and they already have either purchased in the past or they've had some sort of communication down the line. Tip 7, if you're a local business, use Google My Business and ask existing customers for reviews. This works really well for all businesses, but local businesses in particular. Obviously, a lot of local businesses have word of mouth and referrals, but you can leverage the reviews automatically, and it creates a lot of credibility very, very quickly. So I cannot stress that it's a very, very good thing for local businesses to do. Tip number 8. Ensure new leads have an exceptional response rate. So when a customer comes in and they inquire about a product or a service, or they complete a form online, or they click an ad, which then leads you to get a notification that they're interested in whatever it is you're selling, exceed their expectations early on. Set the precedents for how you want to treat them and how you want to do business with them. Create video-based value content. By doing this, you'll have more engagement and you'll be able to funnel more leads. So this has been proven to work a higher percentage than static images. Also, if you're creating value-based content, to go back to one of the other tips, you're gaining credibility, you're going to be gaining trust, and that then will convert a higher percentage of leads and customers to buy your product and service. Tip number 10, follow up, follow up, follow up. I cannot stress this enough. There's some really, really shocking statistics that 48% of sales are made after the 12th attempt to follow up. So no excuses for this, really. Definitely worth following up. We can help you automate and systemize this in your follow-up process, requiring no additional resources. That way you keep constant and consistent communication with your customers and leads that come through, that convert into sales, therefore generating more revenue. So by implementing just some of these tips, you will create more opportunities and increase revenue. If you want us to show you how we can automate and systemize this and how we can help you with your business, please book a free call below and schedule a free discovery call. Thank you for watching the video on 10 tips how to grow your business. If you find this information useful, or if there's something that you're particularly struggling with your business, leave a comment below. I'll try and reply to as many of the comments as possible. And don't forget, for future videos and more tips and useful content, please hit that notification bell, as new videos will be posted every single week. Thanks again for watching, and take it easy.